His office, like the hospital, is in Gavia, one of the 3 exceptionally wealthy districts surrounding Rosina, where he was born and raised. In the last few years, Antonio has worked his way up the company, Globus Express, to become a team leader in charge of the distribution of Revista da NET, the main TV listings magazine. He has responsibility for much of the South Zone, the area that includes most of Rio's famous landmarks, such as the giant sculpture of Jesus on Mount Corcovado and the beaches of Copacabana and Ipanema. On his modest salary, Antonio and Vanessa have scraped together enough to move out of his mother's tiny apartment into a tiny apartment of their own. It isn't much, but it's a start, and the arrival of Eduarda, Duda, a happy, easy baby, has spread warmth around the little home. Both parents have been feeling blessed and are eyeing the future with hope. But now, the child stays for a month in the hospital, and her condition worsens by the day. The doctors prescribe various remedies, none of which work. They suggest she may be suffering from tubercular osteomyelitis, a rare secondary condition when bacteria infect the bones of a TB sufferer. A lump appears on the right side of her neck and grows to the size of an egg. Antonio wilts when he hears the news. He assumes, incorrectly but not unreasonably, that he has passed on TB to his daughter, as the disease is endemic in Rio's poorer districts. Signs posted prominently at the entrance to Rosina read, "Coughing for 3 weeks or more? Go to the doctor. You probably have TB." The airborne infection spreads quickest in densely populated areas, especially in slums, where family members and friends live tightly crammed together. Rosina has the highest incidence of tuberculosis in all Rio State, and in some years, the highest incidence in Brazil. At this time, some 55 Rosinans contract the illness every month. Only days before Duda's birth, Antonio's throat was getting sore. It worsened as he kept working in the alternating sun and rain, nor did he eat properly. He preferred to save his luncheon vouchers, a second currency in the favela, to ensure that his mother and his pregnant wife were properly nourished. Despite a fever and a headache so intense it triggered hallucinations, he went on working until the day he collapsed, which was when he was diagnosed with TB. His daughter was born while he was in hospital. He was forbidden to go near her for 2 weeks, and then was told he could not spend nights at home for fear of infecting her. Now that Duda is ill, Antonio is convinced that she has caught the disease from him, despite having been told several months earlier that he was free of infection. Duda starts a course of antibiotics, but her condition continues to worsen. She has lost her appetite, thereby further undermining her ability to beat whatever she is suffering from. For the first time, her parents realize that their little girl may be dying. In despair, Vanessa plays her last card. Thanks to Antonio's modest health plan, sponsored by his employer, he is permitted to choose a GP from a supplied list. At random, she picks out a name, an act she later ascribes to guidance from God. Clutching her child, she follows the steep, winding descent of Rosina's main thoroughfare, Estrada de Gavia. Below, the Atlantic Ocean meets the beach at fashionable São Conrado. Behind her, the drunken rows of houses painted in bright colors rise out of the mountainside's vivid green vegetation to form the distinctive panorama of the favela. At the bottom of the hill, the road intersects with the highway leading west out of Rio. Every morning, tens of thousands of people pile onto buses here to go to work in the wealthy parts of town as maids, drivers, cleaners, gardeners, shop assistants, handymen, and bartenders. Vanessa steps onto a bus choked with people. Most of their faces wear a look of numb resignation. The vehicle pulls away, bumping and crashing, and the baby's face contorts as her swollen neck is jolted up and down and from side to side. The experience is so obviously excruciating for the little girl that after the visit to the doctor, they can no longer bear to travel by bus and must instead spend considerable chunks of their dwindling funds on taxis. The doctor's surgery is